Yo, it's Kipp here with the Everything Nerdy podcast. I'm here with...
Introduce yourself, Jason.
I'm here with Kipp. My name's Jason.
I'm Jesus. I'm the... Oh, my bad, man. Go ahead.
Everything Nerdy podcast.
And I am Jesus, the creator of Gamerflesh, Everything Nerdy on Facebook, and Everything Nerdy Assemble on YouTube. Welcome to episode 2 of the podcast. We're going to start it off by talking about the games we've been playing. We'll start out with my boy Kipp. It's his first podcast with us. You kick it off, man.
Yeah. So, lately, aside from Apex Legends, which I'm sure a lot of you are aware of.
Oh, definitely.
I've been playing a lot of Subnautica. That's the game that I was most into.
Okay.
At the moment, I'm almost finished with the game, to be honest. I've actually only got a few things left to do, and then the end of the game is launch off and done. But, yeah, that game is a lot of fun. It's a lot of time and inventory management, but it's and especially when you get down in the deep, it gets pretty scary.
Yes.
Yeah, but other than that, it's a really mellow, kind of fun game to play.
I want you to describe the game to people that never heard of it or never played it.
Okay, so Subnautica is a game made by a studio called what the hell are they called? I gotta remember. Yeah, I can't bring it up to mind right now, but it's a really good studio. Anyway,
Yeah, I forgot the name.
features your character falling onto a planet called 4546b. And the basic premise of the game is you're supposed to survive on the planet with little to no supplies, but you can craft literally anything that you need from stuff that you gather from the environment. There's a lot of swimming involved, obviously, because the entire planet is a water world, and you craft submarines and such to explore further down in the depths. And what is really cool about Subnautica is it actually has a very complex story that is involved. There isn't a whole lot of dialogue.
Okay.
Most of what you're going to be finding is stuff that you read, which you pick up in, I can't remember what they're called, but yeah. And,
let's call it Codex. The Codex?
The Codex, yeah. So, that's basically the premise of the game, is just exploring 4546b, uncovering the storyline and what it features, and getting your way down to basically the center of the planet where you figure out exactly what's going on, make your way back to the surface after you're done with that, build a big rocket, and shoot off into space. So, that's basically the premise of the game. It is a lot of fun. It's definitely worth playing. If you get a chance to pick it up, please do.
Okay. I have a couple questions.
Okay.
Since you're pretty much close to endgame, how many hours did you put into this game?
Roughly about 2 weeks worth of play. Of course, I've got work to do on top of being able to come home and relax. But if I was able to play the game without having to go to work or pausing it, I probably could have finished it in about, give or take, 10 hours of solid play.
Damn, so it's not that long. I was expecting it to be longer.
No, not really. I mean, as far as just the storyline goes, it really isn't all that long. What really takes up most of the time is just the crafting and finding of supplies that you need, because there's a lot of exploration and gathering resources that you have to do.
Okay. Hey, Jason, are you familiar with Subnautica?
I am not, actually. This is something new I've heard. Like, I have not seen no news about it or heard anything about it, so...
Okay.
Yeah, Jason, I would definitely recommend it. And here's the kicker, too. Not long from now, Other Worlds, or whatever the company is that's producing this, is in the works of creating a DLC for Subnautica, which expands on the original story about tenfold. It's not going to be very long. They say it's about 6 hours of play, at least as far as the story goes. But from what I've seen, it looks amazing.
I haven't had a chance to check out the new DLC, but I know it takes place in a wintry area, correct?
Yes, it's still part of the planet, still part of 4546b. It's a section of the planet that you see when you're taking off and riding the rocket back towards space.
Okay.
I think it's up in the polar region, but yeah, it's just one big polar zone. There's a whole bunch of new creatures there, new stuff for you to find and craft. There's new vehicles, so on and so forth.
From the sounds of this, bro, it sounds like, is it still going to take place underwater, or is it more land now?
This time it's actually going to be a fairly good mix of 50-50. There will still be water exploration, but there's a lot of land exploration too.
Yeah, it sounds really cool. Anything else you notice in the new trailer for the DLC that caught your attention, or that is totally different than the first, the base Subnautica, pretty much?
Not that I can bring up offhand,
Okay.
except there's just new creatures, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I am familiar with Subnautica, Jason and Kipp, and I have played that myself. I remember me and Kipp had a conversation in the gamer group in Facebook. Remember when we had the conversation? Yeah, we had a conversation.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that game. And Jason, basically, it's an open world survival game where your objective is to dive deep under the ocean and explore to find crafting materials so you could craft items to survive. And the ocean is very deep, and there's a lot of dangers down there. And as you play, you craft these items that help you advance in the story and in the game. And it is an incredible atmosphere, and it's really immersive. When I played it, it reminded me of how cool it would be to have Uncharted or Tomb Raider underwater, because that's how I felt. That felt like in Uncharted 4, where Nathan Drake is on the boat, I believe, and he scuba dives underneath the ocean. You both remember this in Uncharted 4?
Yeah.
So it made me feel that way. And to the listeners listening, I highly recommend the game. If you love a survival open world first person type of game,
Yeah, I definitely recommend it as well. Yeah, it's a really fun game to play.
it is really fun, but it takes time to advance, and it takes time to craft, and you basically gotta use your mind to figure out situations. It doesn't really hold your hand and tell you how to do everything. Am I correct, Kipp?
That's true. Yeah, no, it doesn't. Not really. No, you kind of have to figure it out on your own, basically.
So basically, if you want to get lost in a game and immerse yourself deep under the ocean, this is the best game to do that in. And it's also one of a kind type of game. I haven't seen or heard of any game that is similar to this. It's a great experience, and it's on my top 10 of whenever it released. Like, it's that good.
I agree.
So now we'll kick it off to Jason. Oh, unless, Kipp, you have any other games you want to talk about? Because Apex is one of the topics, and we will discuss that further once we get to the topic.
Yeah, I will save that for a little bit later. I don't have any other games on my mind right now.
All right, we'll kick it off. Okay. All right, I'll kick it off to Jason. So, Jason, what games besides Division 2, besides, what's the other one, Apex, do you want to discuss?
I want to start things off with Hitman.
Okay.
Yeah,
Season 1?
That was also, that was also a game.
PlayStation Plus.
That was, with For Honor.
Okay.
I gotta admit, dude, so far into it, it was pretty good. I like it. If you're a fan of the series, if you're new to the series, it's definitely well worth trying out. Basically, it is an assassination type game. You gotta basically focus on stealth assassination. Definitely well worth trying out. doubt about that.
How would you describe the game to people that never played it? Like, what is the objective and how does it play out, pretty much?
It's got a real good play out. You definitely don't want to be. It's one of those games where you have to focus on stealth more rather than most other shooter games where you just want to go loud and everything. You have to mainly focus on stealth. So it's like a similar gameplay to Metal Gear, but not quite.
Yeah, Hitman is very, very focused on stealth. I've seen quite a bit of playthrough on not just this newest Hitman, but some of the older ones too.
Right.
It does focus a lot on stealth.
Anything else you would like to add about Hitman?
Definitely worth checking out. It is a free game for the month of February for PSN, so definitely well worth checking out.
And it's a complete full season, correct?
Yes, it is. The complete full season.
Which sounds really great. Yeah, definitely. I downloaded it. I haven't checked it out myself, and I am familiar with the Hitman franchise. I played possibly Hitman 1 and maybe Hitman 2, and I believe I played the beta, or not the beta, the demo, I believe, for Hitman Season 2. I believe they had that on the PlayStation Store. I believe it's available right now. And from what I played, it plays similar to the old games of the Hitman series. And like Jason described, it is a stealth game, but you could also go all guns blazing if you decide to do that, but you will pay for it.
You will pay the price going guns blazing.
Definitely, man.
You will definitely pay the price. So if you want to get very far, it's best to stick with the stealth.
Yeah, and also another reason you want to stick with the stealth is because you earn weapons. I mean, not weapons. You earn points. A grade basically for being stealthy and accomplishing certain things stealthily. Am I correct, Jason?
Mm-hmm.
And that, I don't know about this, but does that help you unlock stuff in the game? I believe. If you are stealthy?
I believe so. I haven't really checked much into that part, but I believe so.
And Kipp, you have anything to add to the Hitman, or?
I haven't played it yet, so I can't really add anything.
Okay. Yeah, just like Jason, I definitely recommend it to stealth gamers that want to be stealthy. It is the stealthiest game on the market right now in the game industry at this moment. I can't really think of another one. Can both of you think of any other stealth game besides Hitman?
Metal Gear is another stealth game out there. But comparing it to Hitman, they're both different in various forms, but still have the same type of gameplay. Where you have to be very stealthy.
No, you're correct, but what I meant, I misworded it. I meant in the market right now, like Metal Gear. We know we had the Metal Gear. What is it called? Metal Gear 4, not 4. Metal Gear. The last one, Phantom Pain.
Phantom Pain, yes.
Yeah, that one.
Phantom Pain, Gear Solid 5.
And we know what happened with Konami and Hideo Kojima, so that's why I didn't mention it. But
right.
I meant if there was any other stealth games right now that released around this time period.
Not really.
Not really, right?
Not really. Nothing to come across my mind.
Yeah, so to the listeners, if you're looking for a stealth game, this is definitely a game that you definitely should check out. It is free on the PlayStation Plus right now. Feel free to download it and just enjoy it. If you don't like it, erase it. But it's worth checking out for sure. Okay, as for me, besides the Division 2, besides Apex, I played the Devil May Cry 5 demo.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was amazing, man. It put a smile on my face. It made me even more hype than I was for it. I wasn't as hyped for this because After 4, I didn't really like 4 a lot. I enjoyed it. I didn't really finish it. It was just, I don't know, something about it I can't really put my finger on. But when I played Devil May Cry 5, the demo, it brought me back to Devil May Cry 1, my favorite one. And that's due to the fact that the music, it's very similar to Devil May Cry 1. It has that techno rock and roll feel to it that it fits perfectly with the series. And the gameplay is really smooth. The way the character moves, the combat feels really precise. And it's so much fun to smash things. Like, if you look at one of my videos that I posted on Everything Nerdy Assemble on YouTube, you could just see me smashing all these tables and chairs and having a blast. And I even mentioned in the video, I said, I'm having so much fun and I only played 5 minutes of it. Can you imagine that, man? Only 5 minutes. And that's how good it is. And it really impressed me. The graphics are really impressive. I even said in the video also that this is another game that should be nominated for Graphics of the Year. It looks that good. It's really crispy, really smooth. And what do you call it? I'm trying to think of the word. I can't really think of it right now. The physics. Yeah, the physics in the game are incredible. Like Nero's jacket, the way it flows in the air, it flows even more impressive than in Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, man, it looks really like how it would really look in real life. The physics are incredible, and the way the wind affects the jacket. And
That was impressive. Wow.
yeah, the demo I would say is probably about an hour long, depending on how you play it. And I definitely recommend you and Jason to check out the demo. I definitely recommend you and Jason to check out the demo. And after playing it, I'm more excited than I was. It's now my list goes like this. My top 10 most hyped games of the year is The Last of Us 2, Dreams, and Devil May Cry 5. That's how much it went up my list. It is that incredible, and for fans of the series that were hoping for a return to the original Devil May Cry, this is it. And you're going to be impressed by many aspects, and I definitely recommend that everybody check out the demo. Do any of you have any questions about Devil May Cry 5? Or anything you want to add to the conversation?
I definitely will look into it.
Okay.
I mean, it does sound pretty interesting, like you said. It's definitely back to the Devil May Cry 1 series days. Which,
I mean, it's not only the graphics, guys. It's the music fits so nicely with the tone of the game. Even the design of the menu, the atmosphere, the sound effects, the audio, like everything is top notch. It's incredible. It is, I'm going to put it like this, and Jason's going to feel this one. It is as incredible as Resident Evil 2.
Now that is impressive, honestly.
What do you think, Jason?
it does sound as impressive. I'm not gonna lie. It might set up there with Resident Evil 2, to be honest.
Yeah, I hope you guys get a chance to download it, check it out. So next week, we can hear both of your impressions.
Yeah, I'll definitely give it a try.
Okay.
See what it's like. Get my impressions on it.
Yeah, the other game that I've been playing is, I tried, is For Honor. And me and Jason both played it. I'll let Jason start off with this one. Give his thoughts on the game.
Definitely a good game. It's a lot of strategic fighting. Like you have to know when to block,
Oh, yeah.
when to dodge, know when to make your attack. Definitely a